Hi and welcome to my channel. This is Sofa Luscious. I do have another channel, Sofa Luscious TV, so please feel free to subscribe to both channels and hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate that, okay? Alright, so in this video I will be discussing my thoughts on the Fulham School for Boys situation and the natural hair hateration that they've got going on. Okay? So, a young lad who has dreadlocks, who's a Rastafari, his family are Rastafarians, attends Fulham School for Boys at present. He was put in isolation because he has dreadlocks, not because of any behaviour issues or anything that is punishable in that way, but because he has dreadlocks, they've put him in isolation and told him that he needs to shave his hair off. Otherwise, that's how it'll be going forward. His mum's spoken to the school about this, and they're not budging. They're saying that it's a cultural thing and not religious. But it is a religious thing because the family, they are Rastafarians and they all have locks. So, and even if it's a cultural thing, that means the school is insensitive culturally. Now, in June 2017, the school updated their uniform policy, which included a ban on dreadlocks and a ban on braids. Now, both of these hairstyles are predominantly worn by people who have Afro-textured hair, whether they be African, African Caribbean, and some people who are mixed with African, Afro Caribbean. So it affects a lot of people, this policy that they brought in, and I'm curious as to know why these hairstyles weren't banned before June 2017, but they are now. Now, the school also, from my understanding, the school has a hands-on approach to its applications. They meet with the kids, they see the kids through the application process, and so they would have known that this child had locks. And if they didn't like him having locks, why did they give him a place at the school? Now, in 2011, there was another school called St. Gregory's, also in London, and they were taken to the High Court. The High Court ruled that their ban on cane rows and braids was indirect racial discrimination, and I believe you can say that was the case because it primarily only affects people of a certain race. The ban on braids. This young man, he had his hair in cane rows all his life, always had braids from his little boy till to now, and they wanted him to shave his hair off to comply with their ban on such hairstyles. So yes, so the High Court ruled that such policy was racially discriminative and therefore cannot stand. I believe that child moved schools. You know, the damage had already been done. Okay. Now back to Fulham School Boys. The head teacher was on this morning, and he was talking about how he's never seen anything to say that you have to have locks, and until then he's just treating this as a cultural thing, and he basically is like he doesn't care. That's the feeling I got from his interview. And but yeah, I mean, you have a little boy here. He wants to learn. A little boy that wants to learn. You know, when boys get to in primary school, boys and girls are kind of level pegging, and the school for them is what it is. But if you have a boy that goes to secondary school and he wants to learn, you're meant to, like, you know, what's the word? You're meant to focus on that and push them and help them succeed, not make them feel bad just because of their appearance. Okay? So, all in all, Fulham School Boys appearance policy, because the school uniform is the school uniform, no one's arguing about that, but the appearance policy is culturally insensitive, and it is racially discriminative because it only affects these two particular hairstyles, the braids and dreadlocks, that is shown on their June 2017 updated uniform and appearance policy, only affects people with afro-textured hair. Is that fair? I mean, I would suggest that the head teacher just really think about this and you know, just come off your high horse and let the boy back into normal school population so he can learn, be happy at learning. You know what I mean? When he was on this morning, he's got the uniform on, everything looks in place, his hair is tied up, there's not one lock out of place, and he just wants to learn. You know, a boy child that just wants to learn. But no, you want to ban him from class because he's got locks. It's not right. What do you think? I mean, when I went to school, I had a uniform. Our skirts had to be 3 inches above the knee. The only thing about hair is that we couldn't have any hair color that wasn't natural, and that was it as far as hair was concerned. Before I forget, I thought, like, in discussions that I've had about this, I thought that maybe Ofsted was to blame. However, what I've come to find, if you look on the Ofsted guidance to schools on uniform, on page 4, it says, under the bit where it says, what should a school consider when developing or amending its uniform policy? It says, once a policy has been agreed, we recommend that the governing body consider carefully reasonable requests to vary the policy, in particular to meet the needs of any individual pupil, to accommodate their religion or belief, ethnicity, disability, or other special considerations. So with the head teacher saying he's treating it as a cultural thing, he's not considering the child's ethnicity and how he's choosing to wear his hair, because it ticks both boxes: religion, culture, ethnicity, whatever. Okay, and then on page 6, it says human rights, equality, and discrimination considerations. It says some religions and beliefs require their adherents to conform to a particular dress code or to otherwise outwardly manifest their belief. This could include wearing or carrying specific religious artifacts, not cutting their hair, dressing modestly, or covering their head. Pupils have a right to manifest a religion or belief, but not necessarily at all times, places, or in a particular manner. So yeah, so that's what Ofsted says. So, you know, is the school considering ethnicity? No. Are they considering religion? No. But yeah, but I hope in the end that everything works out fine, and that this young lad is able to just continue with the second chapter of his education life, and that he goes on to be an amazing success, as his siblings, who have locks, are also doing well in life. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Bye.